I'm kind of enthusiastic today because, yeah, this is really good. This I don't know where to start. We come a long way, and I'm not gonna even point again the evolution from the 80s, 90s. Then there was a period there that I don't remember Lego back then. Shots fired. We have split champions now since 2015, I think. 2015. And the first wave, McLaren was present already with the P1 and the 720S or something like that, the Senna. And when we get the 8 stud wide, we start seeing the Elva. And yeah, they've been steady. They had the 2-pack with the McLaren F1 and the Solo GT. I mean, they've been around for a while, and it was just natural to get a F1 car at one point. If you remember the 6-wide F1 cars, they were a step forward regarding what was done for the system for Lego City and stuff. I remember the Ferrari. It was a 2-car, 1-car with a truck, the Iveco truck. That was a really nice set. But Speed Champions was still trying to figure out where they stood until the moment they went 8 wide and they embraced to fill in that niche that likes model cars or just buying those metal die-casts. I remember growing up with those big metal ones. My parents used to call them collection cars, and we have them in display in the living room and all. They were chunky. And they were amazing. And I think that Lego is trying to cater to those clients. And this McLaren F1 is probably the biggest proof of that, because they did a little marvel here. They're a bit reliant also in creating more and more specialized pieces, because otherwise they would not be able to achieve what they achieved here. And case in point, this little baby that was released last year, and that doesn't benefit from like this. There's parts here that it was my first time seeing them, and it's like the 2x1 tile with the corner. There's a new slope piece, 3x1x1, that is for corner or for the side. And so you have two. You have the right angle and the left angle. These pieces are quite recent too. They've been around like for not a long, I think. And of course the tires. Oh my god, these tires! The little texture, they so good. And there's so many little details, like the fin, that I won't spoil it for you. How they achieved this. And when you look at the real thing, you see that Lego designers still need to do some compromises. And of course we cannot aspire to have a Lego model that looks like the real thing, not at this scale at least. All they've been doing as much as a good job as the big icons cars that have been released, like the Porsche 911, the Corvette, a little Defender. They've been doing such a freaking good job with these, and the compromises. I mean, if someone wants something even more accurate to the real deal, to the source material, you need to have parts that are custom made for that, and they achieved a lot here. Now, I'm never a big fan of when they build parts for the sake of it. And when you see the interviews with the head of the Speed Champions line, you know that they've been really lucky to come up with new parts that have been, of course, ended up being used throughout the Lego systems, and they're really good. And I'm really impressed with this little baby here. It's so good. It's probably my favorite Speed Champion sets, and it's not because of the techniques. It's because of the choices. It's how well executed it is, how they looked at the real thing, and they made the right choices, because there's parts of that it should have been a bit different, but by doing that, probably it would be higher than the back tire, for example, and so it would just compromise the shaping. And so they kept it low when it should have been taller and keep up with the front height. And still, they did create great choices here. And this is even more noticeable when you, of course, you look at the 6 wide models. But then you look at the 8 wide that came up last year, and they learned so much from this. They went all in with the McLaren. I'm really impressed. The build was nice. There was some really nifty little elements, but it's not stuff that blows up your mind like, let's say, the Countach. The Countach had a really nice build on the back for the back part. I love the Pagani Utopia. The back, the choices they did with the doors to make that back possible. There are plenty of examples throughout the Speed Champions line with these little moments that blow you away. I didn't really have this with this one. I would be impressed with the final result more than with the process. Yeah. I'm not too sure. I don't want to just drool over this, which might happen. Even the little bucket handles is such a better choice than what they did here with the bars. And when you look at this from the top, it just looks like a Formula One. I mean, it's amazing. The profile of this is amazing. It's it's absolutely amazing. And if rumors are true that we're getting an Aston Martin pack in June and other really nifty stuff, I cannot wait for the moment that we get a Ferrari F1. I think that will be amazing to have them on display. When comparing the source material on both the Mercedes and the McLaren, it's easy to see that they've learned a lot with this one. I would not be impressed if I was told that the person that did this one also designed this one. I would imagine that they have teams of designers, but I would imagine that also a lot of these are done based on an individual startup point where I would imagine some of these models are just sometimes hanging in their desk and they decide to go for it, and then they have the team working on them. And I'm just speculating, of course, but Broette, not sure, if you designed the two of them, kudos. The last thing I'd say that I would make it even better would be the, like you've seen it on the internet, the bigger tires for the back. Honestly, it doesn't shock me at all. It's pretty good the way it is. Again, if you want something that is true to real life, just buy die cast. This is about Lego. This is about having a system and an amount of pieces and making the best out of it. Although, of course, the Speed Champions line as bringing a lot of new parts to help with their mission. And since the first wave in 2015 with the new canopies and the wheel arches, and yeah. But right now, where we at, this is probably the pinnacle of Speed Champions. And I'm saying this is the first 2024 model I built, and I'm not even sure what's waiting when I build the other ones. But yeah, I think this one so far takes the cake. Making something like this that is playable, that is solid. Of course, there's a little gribbling and the little details that are easy to not to break, but to have them a bit loose. But still, the clutch power of some of these elements is pretty good, and there's no reason to be afraid about a one stud connection or stuff like that. They're pretty good. Things are pretty good. It's so good. And honestly, I don't know what else to say about this review, because this is pretty much it. So if you know someone that really likes F1 and is a McLaren fan, this right here is, well, it's cheaper and probably more accurate than the Technic set that came last year or 2 years ago. And it's a blast. That is, if you don't mind the stickers. Call me a Lego chill if you want, but I don't care. This is, I wouldn't say it's worth it, the MSRP, but I managed to get a certain amount of Lego Speed Champions on sale at Intertoys, which made the deal a lot sweeter. If I were to divide
all the cars I got
in that sale and divide the amount of money I spent, this would come around 16 euros. And boy, that's a 2050 price right there. This is good. Good value, good experience of building. If you don't like the stickers, dude, just grow up. Yeah. I'm in awe. That's pretty much what I have to say. So yeah. Hope you like this overview. I'll be bringing you more reviews soon. I need to build first. So yeah, please do like, comment, subscribe, and see you soon.